After you've decided to upgrade your home to hurricane impact windows and doors, the next thing to consider is what contractor you're going to use to provide installation services. There are two very important steps you need to take in order to vet what contractors you will consider for your project. Before you've even gotten a quote from these individuals, I recommend two things, and that is to look up their license to make sure it is valid, accurate, and for the work that's being done, and check the online reviews and potential complaints registered against the contractor's business. In order to do a license search, which should be the first step in your process, you will go to the Florida DBPR. It stands for the Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulation, and they determine who is a licensed contractor in the state of Florida or not. So once you go to the DBPR website, you can do a free public license search by clicking this button here, and you can search by the contractor's name or by the license number. It's easier to search by the license number because for the name, you actually would need the name of the individual person, which may not be available readily on their website, but all contractors should have their license number posted on their website somewhere, usually within a footer, and if you're not sure, you can ask the contractor for their license number, and any valid licensed contractor will be able to provide that information with no issue. So you can search by license number by clicking here and then clicking search. And once you have that information, you would put in the license number given to you here. So right now, I'm going to look up our company's license. And it'll show you that we are a certified specialty contractor and that we have a current and active license. And then you can also verify the type of license because a specialty contractor is a catch-all term. Well, then you go in, you can see that we are a glass and glazing specialty, so that has everything to do with windows and doors. So now that you've determined that a company is a valid licensed contractor, the next step would be to look up their online reviews. So you can do that simply by Googling the company name, and you'll find some good information right off the get-go from Google. They'll aggregate their own reviews, so you'll be able to see the star rating as well as the number of reviews. And as you continue down, you'll see excerpts from those reviews, as well as some other websites. As an example, here is Angie.com, a home improvement contractor website, and that shows that we have a 5 out of 5. When you're doing online review and reputation searches, the most important place to look, aside from Google, is the Better Business Bureau. So as an example, here's our company profile on the Better Business Bureau. So first it shows some basic information, when they were established, how long they've been in business. Then you can also request a quote. And if you go back to that page, you can look at the reviews for BBB. It'll show you the average customer rating. And then the final thing to check for any company you are considering is to look at complaints. You can see here the rating and accreditation, which shows as an A+. But that doesn't mean that there's no complaints against the company. So it's important to make sure you scroll through and see if there's any complaints filed. This is what it would look like when there's no complaints to display. Now I'll show you an example. And what happens when you look up a company's BBB. So again, there's an about, there's the credit quote, there's the review section, which shows the average rating, and then there's the complaint section. So here, it shows that they also have an A+ rating, but there's also quite a few registered complaints. Make sure to take the time to read through the complaint and see if there are things that might be of concern to you. Are you worried about the quality of the installation or the permitting process? Take a look through their complaints and see if anything has happened that include those. BBB also shows the type of complaint that it is, as well as if it's been resolved or not. But just because a complaint has been resolved doesn't mean it's going to get removed from the company profile. That means you'll be able to see the interactions between the client as well as the business to see exactly how it was resolved, and if you were ever in that case, would that be a resolution that you find acceptable? So these are just the first two steps when vetting a contractor. Obviously, upgrading to impact windows and doors is a large investment, and so it's important to move forward with someone that you feel comfortable with. This is just a good first two steps to see who you even get a quote from. If you have any other questions about how to vet a contractor, visit our website and take a look at our blog post.